Hello again, Dominic Tropher, and welcome to another video. And this one will be something a lot different, but something Doctor Who related. But before I start, I just want to say, Happy New Year's. Hope your holiday was good, and hope 2017 is going good for you. Even though we are only in 4 days right so far. But this one is going to be something Doctor Who related. Now, on Sunday, the 1st of January, a certain program I used to watch turned 10 years old, and that is the Sarah Jane Adventures. Now, the Sarah Jane Adventures turned 10 years old on New Year's Day this year, which is crazy to think it's been, that long since it started. Now, for those that don't know, the Sarah Jane Adventures was a Doctor Who spin-off. And it was a spin-off for the younger audience, for children and stuff. Because, with Russell T Davies, when he brought Doctor Who back, fully in 2005, he started working on a Doctor Who spin-off, which was Torchwood. And he made that basically for the mature audience, the adults and stuff. But he also wanted to make one for the younger audience, because you had, obviously, Torchwood, which was for, the mature audience, adults and stuff. You had Doctor Who, which was basically for everyone. It was kind of like in the middle. But there was also one that he wanted to do. And this is where the Sarah Jane Adventures comes into it. And it obviously involved the main character, Sarah Jane Smith, who was an old companion to the Doctor during the classic Who series with the third and fourth Doctors. And then she did appear in the episode School Reunion during Series 2 of New Who. And that's where I think the whole idea of it, of her getting her own, programme. And the thing is, in my opinion, I loved watching the Sarah Jane Adventures. And I think it was one of those programmes, if you were like, around that time before you turned like 13 or something, like a child, near teenager, like myself who watched it back then, you probably did as well. Now, this is going to be my thoughts and opinions of the programme when I grew up with it. Now, the first episode that aired for it was on New Year's Day 2007, which was Invasion of the Bane. Now, I never watched this because I didn't know that it was even on at the time. But I started watching it when Series 1 started with the two-part Sylvain story. Because it's been so long since I've seen that. Watched it. Because every story that was made was two-parter instead of the first one. Now, the reason the pilot episode, Invasion of the Bane, was made was it was seen as a pilot to, see if it was going to be if it could commercial into a full series. And, frankly, it did. It became a commercial success, and it became a series. We got the series a few months after the first episode. And when I got into it, when Series 1 started, I loved watching it and stuff. I used to come home from school every day, well, when it used to be on every week, and, come home and watch it. And I used to love watching the programme. I was 12 at the time, 12 years old, and I used to love watching the Sarah Jane Adventures, when it used to be on during the weekdays. And then obviously you'd have Doctor Who, on Saturdays and stuff. So it was a good thing to have. And every episode that they did, every story from Series 1 to 5, I think was absolutely amazing. I loved it. So then I got the DVDs and stuff. I was going to show them, but I actually don't know where they are. So I may do in a future episode. And when I got Series 1 on DVD, I noticed there was another episode on it called Invasion of the Bane, which I'd never watched. And I watched it and I thought, that's actually pretty good. It really, really is. And it was one of those programs that people loved and stuff. The characters were good. You had obviously Clyde, you had Luke, who was, her son. You had Maria at first, and then obviously, she left and stuff, and then Rani came into it, and she basically, played until the end of the series. And then you had Sky, who was, Sarah Jane's adopted daughter. She was only in Series 5, but her character was interesting, so it was. But I think overall it was one of those programs that I loved to bits. It was really, really good. It was a shame, I think, when she did pass away, when Elizabeth Sladen passed away. She died due to cancer, which is crazy. It'll be 6 years this year since 6 years this April since she passed away. It's crazy to think that. And it was a bit of a sad thing to hear when when you heard that news, because around that time when Series 5 was being filmed, and around that time she was literally keeping it a secret. She didn't want anyone knowing. But when obviously the news came out, that's when things changed, because unfortunately half of the series 5 was only filmed, and the rest of it wasn't. You know what I mean? So. But they still aired it, and then that was the end of it. But it was a nice ending for, I think, Sarah Jane Smith. I think especially to the fans who grew up the show back then, because it was just one of those programs, I think, that made it really, really fun and enjoyable for the younger viewers. I know it's been a while since I've watched it, but I probably will go back and watch it sometime. But it's something I think that's well worth watching. I think. Even if you never watched the program, especially if you were too young to watch it, or if you were old enough, a lot older and you didn't watch it, I think you should really, really watch it. It's absolutely amazing. And it was one of those programs that was absolutely, really, really phenomenal, absolutely great. But also we had the appearance of the Doctor in it as well. Series 3 had David Tennant in The Wedding of Sarah Jane Smith, Series 3. And then we had Matt Smith as the 11th Doctor in The Death of the Doctor, in Series 4. And that was a good two-part as well. So I think that's what I liked about it. It kind of made it a lot more fun and enjoyable when the Doctor appeared in it. And I think that was just one thing I loved about, watching it and stuff. It was absolutely amazing. And it's just great and stuff. But I actually have heard some stuff about what would have happened if, in the future. There were plans for a 6th series, Series 6, but only one story was ever like announced and stuff. But unfortunately, there's no title to it. But the one thing that makes it interesting isn't the title itself, or well, there is no title. But the thing that makes that unplanned story was there were plans of Ace coming back, who was a companion to the 7th Doctor. Now. On television with Doctor Who, we never ever got an ending for it, because Doctor Who got cancelled before a story had a full ending, you know what I mean? So obviously at the end of series 26, season 26, we see the Doctor and the Ace walking back to the TARDIS. And then obviously, it ended like that. And then obviously you did have the 1993 anniversary special, Dimension Time, but that was their last appearance, and then that was it. There have been audio stories and novels and stuff, but we've never actually had a true ending. And in this story, it would have been revealed by Ace how she left the Doctor, and I'm being serious on that. I'm not making any of this stuff up. That is true, and it just shocked me in a bit of a way, because I'm like, really, they were going to bring her back? Yeah, they were going to bring her back, and. Obviously, because that story never happened, we'll never ever know. I did read, there was an article I read recently from last month, that there were plans for Russell T Davies to keep the Sarah Jane Adventures going on, but I couldn't really see that, because you cannot have the Sarah Jane Adventures without Sarah Jane Smith. It's just not, right and stuff. So I do hope that, I always hoped it would have had more episodes, but I love what we got. I love for what we got in those 5 years, the programme aired. Every episode that was made from series 1 to 5, absolutely amazing. And, I thank Russell T Davies for, doing something like that. It's pretty interesting. But one thing I will leave on account is, there were actually plans of the series being a lot different. Russell T Davies' original idea of the series, Doctor Who spin-off for the younger viewers was going to be, it was going to be about the Doctor's life as a child, about, on Gallifrey and stuff, having adventures and stuff, and even like building up sonic screwdrivers, I even heard, but Russell didn't like the idea. Russell T Davies didn't like the idea, because he didn't think that there would have been a huge amount of stuff out of it. But he also wanted to keep the Doctor's life when he was younger a secret. But it would have been interesting to see that, But it is what it is. But I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. a lot. I just want to start it off with something interesting. So I was going to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later. Hope you, and I will be keeping up, obviously, content and stuff, releasing more on it. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and see you later. Bye.